Hi, my name is Briana Thomas. I'm doing an interview for the Phonathon job at Georgetown, and I'm excited to virtually meet you. I'm a senior in the Georgetown College majoring in sociology and economics, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Excuse me if I cough a little bit during the interview. I'm having a little cold, and I don't want that to mess up anything or make you guys not hear me well. So, just a little bit about myself. I am, as a Black and Caribbean woman growing up in Brooklyn, New York, I have a lot of interests and passions, but I'm really passionate about educational equity, social and racial justice, and I'm also pursuing law after graduation, currently applying to law schools and going throughout that whole process. I would also say that I'm a really involved person and also have a lot of versatile interests. I have been on a lot of boards and a lot of organizations on campus at Georgetown. I'm currently the president of GU Women of Color, and I currently serve as an intern at the Center for Multicultural Equity and Access, also known as CMEA. And previously, before this year, I served on the board of the Minority Pre-Law Association. I tutored and coordinated for the After School Kids program in the Georgetown Center for Social Justice. And I also danced and did administrative work for the Black Movement's Dance Theater. So I would call myself a versatile, empathetic, and creative leader and lover of all things food, dance, and anything Black or Trinidadian culture, because that's home. So after speaking a little bit with some students who work for the Phonathon, I know that you guys generally ask for donations. You are calling alumni and asking for specific donations. I know that you guys do 3 different asks and that I would have to use a system to process donations once I get the job and learn that, if I get the job and learn that. I know that generally I'm going to have to speak to alumni throughout my whole shift. So my schedule would entail calling those alumni and processing any donations if I do get any donations. So I don't know that much, but I'm willing to learn. I'm excited to learn if you all do give me the job. So I really want to join the Phonathon because I think that as someone who has given so much to Georgetown and the Black community at Georgetown by being in so many organizations and just, giving my time and dedication, I want to leave the school knowing that I was a good representative of the school and to also advocate for the underrepresented minorities and communities that attend Georgetown and encourage alumni to think about them when they are either processing whether or not they want to give donations. I know from my time here that I have had very unique experiences given my identities, and it has really showed me that everyone is deserving of a higher educational experience. So if I join the Phonathon, I would really love to talk to alumni about some of the great initiatives and outlets here at Georgetown that are supporting underrepresented communities, first-gen communities, students of color that are not necessarily that are not always privileged enough to receive these higher educational experiences. So I just want to also curate and enforce a campus environment that appreciates diversity and allow alumni to see that for themselves through my perspective and my experiences. So I think to answer the question about what I would tell alumni to encourage them to give a donation, I really like to be conversational with people. I think it's important that if I'm asking people for their money, a prized possession, that I'm not a telemarketer, I'm not robotic, and I am a person, that they know who I am a little bit, and I also get to know who they are. And I plan to remind them of what their undergraduate experience looked like. So encouraging them to think back on who they were as a student at Georgetown University and what experiences they had that led them to where they are today, either career-wise or personally. I think a lot of times alumni, once they've graduated and moved on with their lives, sometimes undergraduate experience can be kind of distant and not really at the forefront of their memories and their work. But I think it's important because undergraduate experiences are some of the most transformative years of people's lives. And I think when people reflect and look back on where they were at that time and who they were, they can kind of see that some students are having the same experiences that they might have had. And it's important that we give students a successful educational experience at Georgetown. I would remind them and encourage them that their donations could help the Georgetown community flourish in many ways. And again, that thinking about different diverse experiences and diverse students who don't come from privileged backgrounds can also benefit greatly from having alumni donations, because having alumni donations given to Georgetown can increase scholarship funding and give those students an opportunity to also have a higher educational experience that might not have always been the case. So I think that I would be a great asset to the team because I have a lot of qualities and strengths that I think would be greatly valuable to the Phonathon. I think that I'm very creative. I've been able to develop a lot of problem solving skills. I'm a leader, and like I said, I'm very conversational, and I've been able to talk to many people from different backgrounds. As a residential hall office assistant and a classroom educational technology service assistant, as well as an intern for the Center for Multicultural Equity and Access, I've been able to talk to people from a variety of backgrounds, whether that be students, families, professors, alumni, or other people who are affiliated to Georgetown, but not necessarily a Georgetown student or a Georgetown faculty or professor. And I think that has given me the variety and the ability to speak and to be able to connect on a different level that some people might not be able to. I think I'm also really creative when it comes to thinking on the spot and problem solving. So if an alumni, let's say, is hesitant about giving a donation or doesn't really want to, I think I could really encourage them to do so with my creative skills and thinking outside of the box. I think that I'm a leader. I'm very organized. I'm very consistent, and I'm extremely reliable given the positions I've had to fill during my time at Georgetown, and I think I would be great to the team. I also think being a Black woman and having a diverse perspective as a Georgetown student could also greatly benefit the team. And lastly, I'm extremely comfortable working in a virtual environment because I've been working in one since COVID-19 started. As an intern at CMEA, I've planned surveys, I've planned events, I've helped a lot of the planning that we're doing now. And I think that being in a virtual environment just means having to adapt to different circumstances and conditions, and I think that I adapt really well to situations, so that hasn't been a problem for me. I've still remained motivated, and like I said, I've juggled a lot of different responsibilities, whether it's being the president, LSAT, law school applications, and etc. And I think I've succeeded. Again, I would like to thank you guys for the consideration opportunity. My name is Briana Thomas, and I'm so excited to possibly work with you all.